Hi, this is Logan Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition and psychology and the state of the game, and what we need to do as Dungeon Masters, and how psychology is massively a big question for all of us right now in Dungeons & Dragons, for all Dungeons & Dragons, specifically for all Dungeons & Dragons Dungeon Masters. So it's really fascinating because we run all these different worlds, but there's no psychology in any Dungeons and Dragons world. I have never seen a psychologist in any Dungeons and Dragons setting ever. Okay, so this prompts a whole lot of questions. Here's question number one: is this a feature or a bug? Right? Basically, from the setting, what the player characters interact with in the setting. Is this a problem or is this a benefit, right? One of the biggest things is, actually I have some friends who are fortunate enough to have the kind of money necessary to choose good therapists and go whenever they want, right? And I'll tell you right now, I hear when I talk to those people about how their therapy is going, when they bring the subject up, I never prompt it with them. I have never once, it's like a contractor talk, right? I've never, contractors are like, oh, it was over budget, I didn't get what I wanted. You never hear, it is, I would say 1 out of 20 contractor stories is they came in, they did the work, it was on time, it was on budget, it was exactly what I expected. It's heard 1 out of 20 times when I have a contractor talk, when somebody's telling me about the work a contractor did in their house, right? For construction contract. Same thing with, actually, I have never once in my life have I ever met somebody who's like, I've gone to the best therapist, I can go whenever I want, and it's turned out great and the problem is solved. I've never heard it in my entire life from anyone I know who's ever gone to therapy, ever. Not once, right? Now, could be just my sample set, but, we'll see. And actually, I'd love to hear your story. If you've been out there and you went to a therapist, they helped you with the problem, please well, actually, it's very personal, so if you don't want to, drop it in the comments, totally get it. But it's really fascinating to me, this whole psychology issue. So are players encountering the D&D worlds and saying, hey, there's no expectation I need to go to a therapist here. I'm not going to have to go and spend my money and then, ask questions and then get 15 questions back. And this one area of my life is legitimately therapist and psychology free, and that attracts me to the game. Or is the fact that there are no psychologists in any Dungeons & Dragons setting an issue that needs to be addressed, literally by, and I'm afraid to even mention it because I feel like the moment, it's almost like Candyman, you say his name 3 times and he shows. If I say Wizards of the Coast should handle this, they will. It's a good question. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Do you think this is do you think the fact that there are no psychologists in any D&D setting, is that a feature or a bug for players? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.